Back to weather now. Okay, Blake, Halloween is over, but it looked a little spooky when I was driving into work this morning with all the fog.
Yeah, it certainly did. Well, you know, it's fog season all the way through the upcoming winter months, and we're going to be dealing with this probably all the way until things start warming up again in March and April. And you can see the proof is in the pudding already. We're dealing with a quarter-mile visibility there in Brenham, 3/4 of a mile out there in Colorado County, but here locally inside Harris County, Montgomery County, down towards Galveston and Brazoria counties, not too bad, but we could see these visibilities drop a little bit as we head towards sunrise. So just a heads up on that. Otherwise, it's nice and cool out there. How about double nickels at Bush Intercontinental Airport currently? 54 degrees in Katy and 58 degrees there in Sugar Land. High temperatures today should make it back up into those upper 70s, exactly where we were yesterday. In fact, some areas may actually see 80 degrees before it is all said and done. Those temperatures will come back down into the 60s and 50s as we head into the overnight hours tonight. Now, as we take a look at the satellite, hardly a cloud in the sky out there. Just a gorgeous morning to get you started on this finally Friday, but we continue to watch Tropical Depression Ada right here in the far western Caribbean Sea, getting ready to reemerge here, and we are expecting this to redevelop into a tropical storm. In fact, could become a healthy tropical storm, if not a low-end hurricane, as it approaches South Florida as we get into Sunday afternoon and into the early part of next week, hooking back into the Gulf of Mexico before being picked up by an approaching trough of low pressure and pushed back towards North Florida. The computer models are in good agreement with this, by the way. You can see it hooking up towards Miami, maybe out towards Fort Myers and Naples and Tampa, and then backing off to the right as that front begins to push on in. So here's how it looks on the map. You can see right here pushing across Cuba, getting into the weekend, perhaps over towards Miami as we head into the wee hours of the morning on Monday. But I want you to watch carefully. See that right there? That is a front that's going to be pushing on into the Gulf of Mexico and picking up this storm and then moving it right on into Florida. So again, we are not anticipating that this is going to be a problem for Texas whatsoever. What we will be dealing with, of course, is lots of sunshine heading into your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s as we head into next Monday and Tuesday.
That's something to sing about for sure, Blake. All right, we'll see you in a few.